You all know we have come a long way. Today we are going to Moon, Mars.
If you design the product yourself, if you own the IP yourself, and you manufacture it yourself, that is Atmanirbhar.
Wars are today not fought at the borders just by soldiers in uniforms.
In the development of LCA Mark 1 or the Akash missile systems, more than 2,000 MSMEs were involved.
The main challenges faced by MSMEs are
we have organized this exhibition since 2010.
Supports MSMEs with grants up to 10 crores for prototype development.
India is the only country, first country succeeded in the first attempt in the Mars orbital mission.
क्योंकि इनोवेशंस और कल्पनाओं की उड़ानों में कोई कमी नहीं है हिंदुस्तान में.
So the country needs technological leadership and programs like this.
India manufactures for itself and India manufactures for the world. That is the idea today.
IMS 2025 ಉದ್ಘಾಟನಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ.
At the outset, I would request Lakshmi Shri to please come over here and render the invocation. Swagatisi, Lakshmi Shri.
Shri Ganapati ni sevim parare. Shri Ganapati ni sevim parare. Shri Ganapati ni sevim parare. Shrutamana volara sevim parare. Shri Ganapati ni Vagadipati su पूजन जे कोनी वागाधिपति सु पूजन जे कोनी वागाधिपति सु पूजन जे कोनी वागाधिपति सु पूजन जे कोनी वागानटिंपु चूनु वागानटिंपु चूनु वागानटिंपु चूनु वेडली ना श्री गणपति नि सेव्यं बरारे श्रुतमान बोलारा सेव्यं बरारे श्री गणपति ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Lakshmi Shri for the soulful rendition of the invocation. As per the traditions of the state of Karnataka, I request all of you to kindly rise for the state anthem. Nadagite, Jaya Bharata Jananiya Tanujate, Jaya He Karnataka Mate.
Jaya He Karnataka Mate, Jaya Sundara Nadi Vanaya Nade, Jaya He Sarushi Valavide. ಚಂದನ ಹೊನ್ನಿನ ಗಣಿ ರಾಘವ ಮಧುಸೂದನ ರವತರಿಸಿದ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತಂಜಾತೆ ಜನನಿಯ ಜೋಗುಳ ವೇದದ ಘೋಷ ಜನನಿಗೆ ಜೀವವು ನಿನ್ನಾದೇಶ ಹಸುವಿನ ಗೀತೆಯ ಸಾವೆ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಕೊರಗಿನ ಮಾವೆ ಕಪಿಲ
Ellela Kultkoli. Request all of you to be seated. Well, ladies and gentlemen, IMS 2025 marks the event's biggest edition to date. In fact, various sectors like robotics, electrical and electronics, aerospace, defense, automation, general engineering, pumps and valves, and testing and measuring equipment. All these are included. Hearty welcome to Sushri, Shobha Karandlaje, Madam, Honorable Union Minister of State. At this juncture, I would request the Chairman of IMS Foundation, Shri HVS Krishna, for the opening remarks and welcome address. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Shri HVS Krishna.
ಲಘು ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಭಾರತಿ ಮತ್ತು IMS ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಆಯೋಜಿಸತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಸುಂದರ ಸಭಾಂಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ IMS 2025 ಉದ್ಘಾಟನಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. Shri Pralhad Joshi, Hon'ble Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and New and Renewable Energy, Government of India. Sushri Shobha Karandlaje ji, Honorable Minister of State for MSME, Labor Employment, Government of India. Shri Tejasvi Surya, Member of Parliament, Bengaluru South, Lok Sabha. Dr. Samir V. Kamat, Secretary DDR&D, Chairman of DRDO, Shri V. Narayanan, Chairperson, Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, Shri Baba Kalyani ji, Chairman and Managing Director of Bharat Forge Limited, Shri Arun Chandani ji, Executive Vice President and Head L&T Defense, Shri Ronald Crystal, Managing Director of Inteco Austria, Shri Rakesh Kumar ji, Managing Director of IML, my colleague Mr. Narayan Prasanna, he is the Karnataka State President, Laghu Udyog Bharati. Once again, Ellargu Namaskara. On behalf of Laghu Udyog Bharati and IMS Foundation, once again, I welcome you all here. ಎಂಥ ಕಾಕತಾಳಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಕಳೆದ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ we have invited Mr. Rajnath Singh and Pralhad Joshi, both of them as our chief guests. That time, Rajasthan election has started. So there was high command instruction to Pralhad ji to go to their election work, and Rajnath Singh ji has inaugurated. This time also we have invited both the ministers. This time, from High Command, our Raksha Mantri ji, Rajnath Singh ji was directed to go to Bihar elections, and Pralhad ji is our chief guest today. Anyway, both of them are our guests. Thanks to Pralhad ji, and I welcome you on behalf of Laghu Udyog Bharati. And Shobha Karandlaje madam, I need not have to introduce her. She is from MSME fraternity, and she has done a wonderful support to our India manufacturing show. So welcome to you, madam. Of course, Tejasvi Surya, name itself is called Surya. I need not have to explain about the virtues of Surya in Lok Sabha, how he speaks and all of that. Young and energetic, dynamic member of parliament from Bengaluru South. Dr. Samir Kamat, you know the contribution of DRDO today in the Indian defense. He is the Pitamaha of DRDO, Chairman of DRDO, Mr. Samir Kamat. You all know about the satellite, you all know about the ISRO. Today, they have given us such a wonderful name in the international society. So, Chairman of ISRO, Mr. Narayanan is here. I welcome to you, sir. Then our industry captains, who don't know about Baba Kalyani ji. Baba Kalyani ji's icon for our Indian industry. He is the main contributor, main manufacturing, main supplier, main technology provider for Indian defense and aerospace company. So our leader, I welcome Baba Kalyani ji. Again, one more very big organization, L&T, the same, they are also contributing very much for Indian defense and aerospace. So head of defense and aerospace and Captain Mr. Arun Chandani is here, so I welcome you on behalf of Laghu Udyog Bharati, sir. And my colleague, Mr. Narayan Prasanna is here. He is the president of Laghu Udyog Bharati, newly elected young state president of Laghu Udyog Bharati, Karnataka. Of course, not the least, my partner, Dr. Rakesh Kumar, managing director of IML is here. He is our partner for the entire event as far as the infrastructure and marketing is concerned. We have some of the very senior personalities of our mother organization, Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh. Shri Krishna Gopalji, our Akhila Bharatiya Saha Sarkaryava, he is here. I welcome you to sir on behalf of Laghu Udyog Bharati and his son. And Shri Mangesh Bendeji, Akhila Bharatiya Vyavastha Pramukh is here. He is in our group. Welcome to you, sir. And Shri Sankalchand Bagrecha ji, see the former Margadarshak of Laghu Udyog Bharati All India, he is here. Welcome to you, sir. Mr. Prakash Chandra ji, he is our organizing secretary, All India Laghu Udyog Bharati is here, sir. Of course, Sunil Devdar ji is the National Secretary of BJP and Advisory Board member. I think his flight is a little bit delayed. Anytime he may go and join us. And we have a huge personalities from All India body also. I have seen our past president, Mr. Vajjubai Ogasia, national past president is here. I welcome to you, sir. And our Om Prakash Mittal ji, one more national past president is about to come. I think he is on the way. And Shri Mohan Sundaram ji is there. He is the Joint General Secretary of, he is from Tamil Nadu. He is an All India Joint General Secretary. And Mr. Vijay Raghavan is there. He is the Vice President of All India. He is also from Coimbatore. And Mr. Janak Bhatia is there. He is a National Treasurer. He is here. And Mr. Ramdas, again, icon of our Pina Industries Association Estate. So he is our former advisory board chairman. He is here, sir. I welcome to you, sir. We have received a very good support from Ministry of Defense, Ministry of MSME, Ministry of Steel, Ministry of Heavy Industries. So all the officers are here. I welcome you on behalf of Laghu Udyog Bharati and IMS Foundation, sir. I can see some of the high-profile dignitaries are here. Our Air Chief, former Air Chief, Shri Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary ji is here. I welcome to you, sir. Major General N.R. Jakar, representative of Army Chief is here. I welcome to you, sir. Rear Admiral Sanjay Adhana, representative of Navy Chief is here. I welcome to you, sir. Air Vice Marshal Rishi Seth, representative from Air Force Chief, he is here. I welcome to you, sir. Dr. Ajay Kumar, Joint Secretary, representative from Defense Secretary, he is here, sir. I welcome to you. Mr. Tushar Tripathi, CMD, Chairman and Managing Director of India Optel Limited is here. I welcome to you. Sri Shantanu Roy, Chairman and Managing Director of BML, he is here. I welcome to you. Commodore A. Madhav Rao, Chairman and Managing Director of Bharat Dynamics is here. I welcome to you, sir. Mr. Kamesh Kasana, Director of BL. BL Chairman has helped us a lot. BL has given a very good support to India Manufacturing Show 2025. Unfortunately, his Chairman and Managing Director was forced to go abroad based on his appointment. So he has sent his representative, Mr. Kamlesh Kasana. So I welcome to you, sir. We have received a very great support, as I said you, from the Ministry of MSME, NSIC. So all the officers are here of NSIC and MSME. I welcome you on behalf of Laghu Udyog Bharati. And I can see several excellencies here. The Council Generals, Honorary Councils, and the Business Association leaders from various countries are here. So I welcome you all. And delegates from Austria, South Africa, Dubai, and South Africa is here. So I welcome to all the international delegations also. I see a lot of delegates from various districts. See, from Belgavi, Hubballi, Dharwad, Bidar, Mysuru, Hassan, Tumkuru, etc., are here. Thank you very much. With all these things, you have come and joined our team at Bengaluru. So welcome to you all our district association leaders here. And also I have different delegates from many of the states. They have already participated as a state pavilion. I'm very proud of them. It is from Goa pavilion is here, Uttar Pradesh pavilion is here, Gujarat pavilion is here. I welcome all the delegates from all the state pavilions. I can see galaxy of the presidents and vice presidents and general secretaries and office bearers of all our friendly association, brother associations like, FKCCI, BCIC, CASIA, PINA, Industries Awake, Click, and all other trade associations are here. I welcome all the office bearers once again from Laghu Udyoga Bharati and IMS Foundation. And I see here several state and central government officials who are sitting here. I will not be able to tell everybody's name. I welcome on behalf of Laghu Udyoga Bharati and IMS Foundation. I also welcome our press and media friends who always support us by providing a massive coverage. I welcome you all. I can recognize the presence of some of the delegates, some of the VVIPs here. So Mr. M. Krishnappa, MLA of Bengaluru South is here. I welcome you, sir. Shri Abhishek, personal assistant of Chief Minister of Nagaland is here. I welcome you. Shri Bipin from Delhi is here. I welcome you. Shri Ashutosh, personal secretary of Chief Minister of Goa is here. Shri Hrishikesh, industrialist, is sitting here. And Mr. Suhas Gopinath, youngest CEO of the world is here. So I welcome you. And Shri Partha Sarathi, former ambassador to United States is here. I am very proud of you, sir. Welcome to you. I do recognize the lot of VVIPs here. Due to paucity of time, I will not be able to express everybody's name. However, I welcome all of you for this India Manufacturing Show and Laghu Udyoga Bharati. You all know Laghu Udyoga Bharati is a flagship event of India Manufacturing Show is the flagship event of Laghu Udyoga Bharati. We have organized this exhibition since 2010. We have already organized earlier 6th edition in the same venue, that is during 2010, 2012, 2014, 2017, 2022, 2023, and now this is 2025. All these earlier editions of IMS were chaired by industry captains like Shri Sajjan Jindal, Shri Anand Mahindraji, Shri Vikram Kirloskar, Shri Ramdas ji, and our Baba Kalyani ji. So we are proud to say their guidance has given to us, and then rightly they have guided to the, because of their guidance only we could able to grow so much. So once again I thank all these earlier advisory board chairmen for this mega event. This 7th edition of India Manufacturing Show is having a focus sector as defense and aerospace and general engineering like robotics and automation and etc. etc. Today I am very proudly saying our India Manufacturing Show has become an international brand. Lot of international participation have started coming to participating in our industry, in our exhibition. 2 months before, for the first time, both the halls are sold out. We were not able to give any space for the people who are coming little late. For your information, because of our successful editions, because of the encouragement given by the industry fraternity, we have already booked our next exhibition after next 2 years during 2027 in the same hall. Most of the participants are already decided to participate in our next exhibition because of their demand and for the dates and all other things. November 11th, 12th, 13th of 2027 is already booked for next exhibition. This is the success of IMS for 2025. And then we have a lot of technical seminars tomorrow and after, which is by IMS Con, the new brand we have created for the very high-profile technical seminars, which are chaired by none of us, our Sachin Sabnis ji, our immediate past president. And this time, he has already organized a lot of international speakers. about 7 to 8 sessions, which has to wanted to give a value addition to all the participants, all the visitors. So I request all of you, not only the visiting our exhibition, also participate in our IMS Con, so that you can take something technically while going back. So this is about IMS 2025. I already told about IMS 2027. Kindly block your dates. And once again, I welcome all of you on behalf of Laghu Udyoga Bharati and IMS Foundation. And I wish all the very success for all the participants. Last time also, they had got very good business in our exhibition. This time also, I wish they will get a very good business. And I wish them all the very best. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shri HVS Krishna, for extending a very, very cordial welcome to the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this junction, we now move on to the next important aspect of today's event. I request the Honorable Union Minister, Shri Pralhad Joshi, and the dignitaries to kindly move to the left-hand side and light the lamp to signal the beginning of a new era in the history of India, Bharata, India Manufacturing Show 2025, and thereafter they'll also offer floral tributes to Bharata Mata. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your turn now to put your hands together and say you're all with IMS in order to make India stronger, bigger, and better. As we all know, India's potential and the current world recognition is slowly turning it as a leading global hub for manufacturing and services. It serves to provide insights for stakeholders and at the same time, policymakers, investors, industry leaders, and global institutions, encouraging strategic partnerships and investments that align with India's development vision. It's gratifying to note that the dignitaries have graced this occasion, and the lighting of the lamp also signifies the dynamic transformation in the economic landscape of our wonderful nation. As we all know, India is positioning itself as one of the fastest growing economies globally, and in terms of manufacturing and services have been contributing immensely to the growth and development of India. Make in India, Digital India, Production-Linked Incentive, PLI scheme, ELI, and robust infrastructure development through Gati Shakti Master Plan are indeed boosting industrial capacity, fostering production, innovation, and enhancing global competitiveness. And this is another occasion, as already Mr. HVS Krishna said, that 2027, we are already ready. So a strong foundation is now being laid today through the IMS 2025. Those of you who forgot to clap earlier, ladies and gentlemen, you can do that now in unison. Offering floral tributes to Sure, I would request Mr. HVS Krishna to kindly felicitate Shri Pralhad Joshi, Honorable Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, and New and Renewable Energy, Government of India. I would also request Mr. HVS Krishna to felicitate Sushri Shobha Karandlaje, Honorable Minister of State for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Labour and Employment, Government of India. Shri Tejasvi Surya, a Member of Parliament, Bengaluru South, Lok Sabha. And also parallelly, I would request Shri Prasanna to felicitate Dr. Samir V. Kamat, Secretary, DDR&D, Chairman, Defence Research and Development Organization. Shri Narayanan, also Chairperson of ISRO. I would also request HVS Krishna to felicitate Shri Baba Kalyani, Chairman and Managing Director of Bharat Forge Limited. Also to Shri Arun Ramchandani, Senior Vice President and Head, L&T Precision Engineering and Systems. Mr. Roland Crystal, MD and Member of the Board. Also to Shri Devdarji. Also to Dr. Rakesh Kumar, Chairman, India Exposition Mart Limited. Mr. Narayan Prasanna, kindly give a thank you. And we now move on in the interest of time. The theme setting address by Lagu Udyog Bharati President Shri Narayan Prasanna, President of Lagu Udyog Bharati, Karnataka.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and distinguished guests of the dais, a very good morning to all of you. It is indeed my privilege to set the theme for the inauguration of 7th edition of India Manufacturing Show 2025. As we gather here for this significant event, it is important to recognize the crucial role played by MSMEs in Indian economic landscape, contributing to the economic growth, employment generation, and national wealth creation. Lagu Udyog Bharati stands as the largest and fastest growing organization dedicated to MSMEs in India. The organization extensively networks spans all the states, ensuring a presence that goes beyond districts' boundaries. This widespread reach enables Lagu Udyog Bharati to support MSMEs across diverse regions, foster growth and development through the nation. The main challenges faced by MSMEs are the access to skilled HR recruitments, access to technologies, access to finance, access to market, and the policy hurdles. Lagu Udyog Bharati, with its IMS initiative, is trying to address the marketing challenges. As our chairman, Shri HVS Krishna, said, it started in 2010. This is the 7th edition of IMS show, grown to the level of today 430 exhibitors participated. Both halls were full and there were much more demand, but we could not cater. More than 30,000 online pre-registered and 150 delegates, 50 plus subject experts going to participate in the IMS conference. We are deeply honored by the support extended by the Ministry of Defence, Government of India for this 7th edition of IMS. This endorses the government's strategy between industry, technology institutions in advancing India's manufacturing capabilities. The IMS India Manufacturing Show, it is not just an exhibition now for the Bangalore or the Karnataka or for the country. It's beyond. Now it is international. It expands. Over the years, year by year, for the 7th edition, I can proudly say that it is evolved into a premier brand, premier international brand as IMS. IMS platform that showcases India's strength across aerospace, defense, engineering, automation and robotics, and many other segments, manufacturing segments, to become a hub for knowledge exchange, collaboration, and technical innovations. IMS 2025 aims to facilitate technology transfers, business partnerships, joint ventures, while helping identify potential investors and collaborators who can strengthen India's industrial ecosystem and global competitiveness. In these 3 days, the show will host concurrent conferences and vendor development program featuring industry experts, defense public sector undertakings, and its representatives, private sector leaders. These sessions are designed to promote meaningful engagement of industry, academia, and government institutions. These are the 3 pillars for driving industrial growth in the country. The main objective of IMS 2025 is to reinforce the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India, as articulated by our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. Our Prime Minister's aspiration is to position India's as 5 trillion economy and a global manufacturing hub, serves as the guiding force behind this initiative. Exhibitions such as IMS are vital instruments in translating this vision into action by aligning policy intents with the industrial innovation and enterprise. Lagudyog Bharati over 3 decades has stood beacon for India's micro and small enterprises, empowering them, supporting them, and championing their growth. Here in Karnataka, we have taken this mission forward with the deep commitment, reaching entrepreneurs, manufacturers of multiple segments, artisans, and service providers across our vibrant industrial clusters from across all districts of Karnataka. Before I conclude, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to all the industrial captains, government officials, domain experts, the exhibitors, and innovators who have joined us here today. Your participation adds great value to this platform and strengthens our shared commitment to build a stronger, more self-reliant India. Once again, I welcome you for the 7th edition of India Manufacturing Show. We wish very successful for achieving your objectives. Once again, I remind our next edition will be on 11th, 12th and 13th of November 2027. Already some of the stalls have been booked, pre-booked. I request all of you to support us and benefit out of it. Thank you. Jai Hind.
For a comprehensive overview of the conference and also setting the theme of this edition of IMS 2025. I now request the Chairman of IMS 2025 Advisory Board, Shri Baba Kalyani, the CMD of Bharat Forge Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Shri Baba Kalyani.
All the honorable members on the dais, Honorable Shri Pralhad Joshi, Honorable Sushri, Shobha, Karandlaje, our dynamic member of parliament from Bangalore South, the Tejasvi Surya, whom I had the privilege of being here 2 years ago with our Defense Minister for this same function, Dr. Samir Kamat, Secretary DRDO, Secretary DDR&D and Chairman of DRDO. Without his innovations in defense technology, nothing moves forward, I can tell you that. Shri V. Narayanan, you just heard of the Bahubali launch that they did a few days ago. It has been one of the most spectacular achievements of ISRO. Shri Arun Ramchandani, another veteran from industry, large company L&T, Mr. Ronald Crystal from Inteco. I have known Inteco for many years. We have worked with them a lot. Shri HVS Krishna, Chairman of the IMS Foundation. Shri Narayan Prasanna, President of Laghu Udyog Bharati, Karnataka. Dr. Rakesh Kumar, Chairman of India Exposition Center. First of all, I am pleased to be the chairman of this advisory board of IMS 2025. It's a great privilege to be here amongst you. I congratulate IMS Foundation for the 7th edition of India Manufacturing Show. That means almost 14 years this has been going on. That is quite fantastic. And cannot have hoped for a better gathering that such illustrious people on the dais. I'm told there are many more people actually in the exhibition hall, and if they all came here, there's no space for them. So when you go to the exhibition, you'll be able to see that. I should particularly congratulate the Karnataka chapter of Laghu Udyog Bharati, 15,000 plus members, and bringing the world of opportunities to member companies through expositions like this. MSME sector is the backbone of India's manufacturing and industrial growth. This was the Honorable Prime Minister's comment on Monday at the Viksit Bharat show in Delhi, which I had the pleasure to attend. Honorable Prime Minister has contributed immensely to build MSMEs and give them benefits so that they can grow. The revision of MSME definition that took place in 2020, the PM Mudra Yojana, collateral-free loans, credit line guarantee schemes, Udyam registration portal, and PM Vishwakarma Yojana. I was just talking to the Honorable Minister, Sushri, Karandlaje Shobha ji, and I was saying that it's time to revise the definition of MSME again because they are growing, they are getting larger. The Honorable Prime Minister has also said the important things in terms of how our economy should develop. He's talked about Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vignan, and Jai Anusandhan. So, Jai Vignan and Jai Anusandhan is science, technology, and innovation. Placing science, technology, and research and innovation ahead demonstrates the thinking of today's India. This was the key message from the Honorable Prime Minister at the Emerging Science and Technology Conclave on Monday. The road to Viksit Bharat in this digital era can be traversed through large-scale industrialization steered by science, technology, and innovation. This is the only roadmap for developed India. In the next 25 years, India aspires to grow at double-digit economic growth trajectory. That is 8x growth in GDP. By the way, what the earlier speaker said, 5 trillion, that's not correct. We are targeting to be a $30 to $35 trillion economy by 2047. And a 15x growth in manufacturing. This is just amazing. This has to be all achieved in the next 22 years. So the opportunity is going to be immense. This is a massive transformation that's taking place in India at very high speed and very high velocity. Like several other large countries, the United States, Germany, Japan, South Korea, and most importantly, China, Such a massive transition is only possible by transforming from a factor-driven economy, which we are today, to an innovation-driven economy and into a products nation, with strong emphasis on designed and made in India products across sectors. I think a lot of Indians have mistaken what is Make in India concept and what is the Atmanirbhar Bharat concept. Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India concept is, if you design the product yourself, if you own the IP yourself, and you manufacture it yourself, that is Atmanirbharta. So therefore, strong focus on creating intellectual property, Indian IP, which is powered by design-led thinking. As a country, we simply stay content with the mastery of know-how and focus less on know-why. It is important to leverage scientific research to understand both know-how and know-why. Whatever we manufacture, we must also design. Today, we have a lot of GCCs that do design work for companies abroad. And the same Indians are working abroad who do the manufacturing. So we need to get them back so that we can put both together and produce the products here and become a products nation. I'll give you an example about Germany, because we have 6 manufacturing plants in Germany ourselves. We have plants in Germany, in Sweden, and in France, in Europe. Never have I experienced such issues of doing business in Europe. A massive shortage of skilled manpower, 7 to 8 times escalation in energy costs, huge regulatory burdens, high taxes. As a result, cost of doing business in Europe has dramatically gone up. The famous Mittelstand, which is the backbone of the German industrial machine, the medium and small industry of Germany, engaged in supplying a multitude of products, today are under a lot of stress and risk. And I don't know when this is going to get overcome. There are several structural problems facing the West. And ladies and gentlemen, this presents an opportunity for India to also be the alternate sourcing hub for the manufacturing for the world. Never a better time now in India, the number one choice for manufacturing investment. That's why you see so many companies from all over the world coming here for investing in manufacturing. I'll give you the example of China, which is exactly the opposite. Chinese little giants. The MSME industry in China is called little giants. China's little giants, roughly about 14,600 of them, aren't just building semiconductors, drones, and turbine blades. They're building momentum. These firms didn't stumble into success. They were scouted, shaped, and scaled through a meticulously structured pyramid framework. At the base of this pyramid are provincially identified innovators, which are small firms like many of you in the MSME sectors, with spark of technological promise. Those that show exceptional potential are elevated to special MSMEs, gaining access to a web of support mechanisms. The best amongst them ascend to national little giant status, becoming central to China's industrial transformation. And you have seen what China's industrial transformation has done. And at the very top, the manufacturing champions, firms that not only scale, but lead, setting up benchmarks in global supply chain. As a result, companies like Huawei, once a modest telecom equipment trader, it didn't even make anything, it used to trade. Now a global tech giant, because China aggregated the entire telecom equipment requirements for the country and gave it to Huawei. And Huawei built the manufacturing base, which is now the biggest in the world for telecom. DJI, which began as a hobbyist drone startup, now commands 70% of the drone market in the world. BYD, a battery manufacturer, turned into one of the largest electric vehicle manufacturers in the world, now challenging Tesla in the electric vehicle business. These weren't born giants. They were born just like many of you, but they were built as MSMEs brick by brick, bite by bite. What must we do? We need a major mindset change. We should stop romanticizing the struggles of MSME as a badge of honor and start engineering scale with intent. We need a major mindset change where we can believe that we can design and make Indian products with Indian IP. That's the true meaning of Atmanirbhar Bharat. A clarion call that has echoed and raised the emotional quotient of more than 1 billion Indians. No better time to achieve this than today. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Ladies and gentlemen, in line with the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, the entire industry is totally geared up towards indigenization and living up to his vision. Let's give a round of applause and thank Shri Baba Kalyani for a highly thought-provoking keynote address. I now request the Senior Vice President and Head L&T Precision Engineering Systems, Shri Arun Ramchandani, for his address.
Honorable Shri Pralhad Joshi ji, the chief guest of today's function, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, industry leaders, innovators, friends, namaskara and good afternoon. It is an honor for me to stand here before you at the 7th edition of the India Manufacturing Show, an event that has become the heartbeat of Atmanirbharta in defense manufacturing. This year again, as we gather in Bengaluru, we are not just witnessing a showcase of technologies and manufacturing prowess. We are witnessing the future of India being built one innovation at a time during a year of major enabling reforms in the defense and aerospace sector. Across the world, the defense sector is undergoing unprecedented transformation. Rapid advancements from AI-enabled warfare systems and autonomous drones to next-generation naval platforms and cyber capabilities are reshaping the global security architecture. Recent analysis estimate the global defense industry at over US $2.7 trillion, growing at an annual rate of about 5%. Nations are now investing aggressively in indigenization, R&D, and strategic partnerships, recognizing that technological sovereignty is central to national security. In this global context, India stands today at a strategic inflection point. We are transitioning from a legacy model of import dependence to a future built on indigenized capability, innovation-driven manufacturing, and export-led growth. The trajectory is not only promising, it is transformative. This remarkable progress is a direct outcome of bold policy reforms and structural interventions. The unveiling of India's 15-year Integrated Capability Development Plan further accelerates this momentum with strategic focus on next-generation technologies, AI, hypersonics, space systems, and autonomous platforms. The recently announced Mission Sudarshan Chakra, envisioned by the Honorable Prime Minister, reinforces our commitment to safeguarding national infrastructure through indigenous technological innovation. India's manufacturing sector is indeed seeing a surge in global interest, domestic capability, and entrepreneurial energy. At L&T, we view this transformation not just as an industrial opportunity, but as a national mission. For us, manufacturing is not confined to machines and materials. It is a mindset anchored in agility, sustainability, digital transformation, and relentless innovation. Over the past 2 decades, we have built deep indigenous capabilities across design, prototyping, system integration, and lifecycle support. We are not merely assembling and integrating. We are designing, developing, and delivering complete systems end-to-end, along with their critical subsystems. Our footprint spans domains from the depth of the oceans to the frontiers of space, and we continue to expand into adjacent high-technology sectors such as semiconductor design and industrial electronics for mobility, automation, power, and communication. However, none of this progress for L&T or for India would have been possible without collaborative partnerships. Partnerships between MSMEs and large enterprises, between academia and industry, between startups and legacy players. The IMS 2025 exemplifies this spirit, bringing together over 25 sectors, thousands of delegates, and countless ideas under one roof. Over 12,000 MSMEs are now part of the defense supply chain, providing components, electronics, avionics, composites, and subassemblies. MSMEs have contributed significantly to indigenous defense programs like the LCA Tejas, Akash missile system, and Arjun MBT through tiered supply chains. Let me share a story of our association with an MSME. When we started our defense business around 35 years back, we were looking for a zero backlash gearbox to fit into our precision launching systems. And we came to know that Professor Parmeshwaran, then head of IIT Madras, had retired and moved down to Hosur and started building planetary gearboxes. We came down, we met the team there, and we built the first low backlash or zero backlash gearbox indigenously. It got integrated into our weapon systems. 15 years later, the company was still small and struggling. We decided to get a 40% stake into the company. And we enabled it to bring its products not only for L&T, but for the entire evolving defense ecosystem. Today, I'm proud to say that that company is exhibiting here their new product, precision roller screw, which is a critical part of defense equipment. And probably all this while we were importing this from Germany. Today, we will be exporting this from India. The Honorable Minister of State for MSMEs is here, and we would like to thank the government for having enabled various schemes for the MSME. The Credit Guarantee Fund Scheme for Defense and Aerospace provides collateral-free credit to MSMEs engaged in defense manufacturing. SIDBI Defense and Aerospace Fund extends customized financing solutions for MSMEs developing indigenous technology. The Technology Development Fund, administered by DRDO, supports MSMEs with grants up to 10 crores for prototype development. The Defense Export Promotion Cell assists MSMEs in navigating export licensing and market access. Incentives such as market development assistance and participation support for international expos are extended to MSMEs. Organizations such as the Laghu Udyog Bharati, IMS Foundation, and other industry bodies play a transformative role in this whole process. They facilitate dialogue between industry and government, promote policy advocacy, and help shape regulations. They create platforms for collaboration between large OEMs, MSME, and startups like this one, and they enable international partnerships. As we look into the future, the growth of India's defense sector will depend on a few key priorities. One, sustained investment in R&D and indigenous technology. Two, public-private partnerships that bring agility to defense production. Three, skilling and reskilling of India's youth to meet the demands of the high-tech industry. Four, strengthening of supply chains to ensure self-reliance. And five, global collaboration, not just for trade, but for peace and stability. As we continue on this path, India will not just be a major defense importer or exporter. It will become a global leader in defense innovation, contributing to both national security and global peace. In closing, I want to thank the IMS Foundation and Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka for organizing this mega event and gathering the entire aerospace and defense ecosystem under one roof. Let this show be a launchpad for bold ideas, lasting partnerships, and a manufacturing renaissance that positions India as a global leader. Let's build not just for India, but for the world. Thank you. Jai Hind.
I now request Dr. Samir V. Kamat, Secretary, DDR&D, and Chairman of the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO.
Shri Pralhad Joshi ji, Honorable Minister for Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, and New and Renewable Energy, Government of India. Sushri Shobha Karandlaje, Honorable Minister of State for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Labour and Employment, Government of India. Shri Tejasvi Surya, Member of Parliament, Bengaluru South, Lok Sabha. Shri Dr. V. Narayanan, Chairperson, ISRO. Shri Baba Kalyani, Chairman and Managing Director, Bharat Forge. Shri Arun Ramchandani, Senior Vice President and Head, L&T Precision Engineering and Systems. Mr. Roland Crystal, MD and Member of the Board, Inteco Melting and Casting Technologies. Shri HVS Krishna, Chairman IMS Foundation. Shri Narayan Prasanna, Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka. Dr. Rakesh Kumar, Chairman Indian Exposition Mart Limited. And all the dignitaries, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen who are present in the audience today. A very good afternoon to you, and I'm indeed privileged to be present here today. At the outset, let me congratulate IMS Foundation and Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka chapter for organizing this event. Today we live in very interesting times. There is a geopolitical churn going on. We are moving from a unipolar world to a multipolar world. And today, if a nation has to ensure its economic growth, it's very important that we ensure both external security as well as internal security in the nation. And for you to retain your sovereignty, it is very important that you indigenously develop the critical technologies that are necessary to build the systems which are necessary to defend the country. Our Honorable Prime Minister and our Honorable Defense Minister have given a lot of impetus for Atmanirbhar Bharat, especially in the defense sector. We have now moved gradually from a country which used to import 70% of our weapon systems and sensors to last year, where we placed orders on domestic industry to the extent of 90% of all we are buying. This is indeed a very welcome development, and I'm sure with the kind of momentum that has now set in the country, especially after Operation Sindoor, where several of our indigenous defense systems have performed very well. I am proud to say that the contribution of MSMEs in all the indigenous systems which did very well in the recent Operation Sindoor is very significant. DRDO, when it started its journey of making defense systems, we not only partnered with the large industries such as Bharat Forge, L&T, who are present here today, but we partnered with several MSMEs. In fact, in the development of LCA Mark I or the Akash missile systems, more than 2,000 MSMEs were involved. So the success of these systems in Operation Sindoor is also a reflection of the success of the MSMEs who have contributed to it. This year, Honorable Raksha Mantri has declared as the year of reforms in the Ministry of Defense. We have now taken several steps to not only improve the ease of doing business with MOD, but we have taken steps to see how we can promote R&D and innovation in MSMEs in the country. I think, as was mentioned by my previous speakers, you have the IDEX challenge, you have the DRDO's TDF programs, where we can fund up to 50 crores now, not 10 crores, for R&D by MSMEs. I would request you, please use this opportunity, because unless we take a whole of nation approach, we cannot move to the next stage of achieving technology leadership. Atmanirbharta and self-reliance is good, but I think we have to now move towards technology leadership so that we don't only make systems for our country, but also make systems for the world. I'm sure conferences such as this will give a big boost for the MSMEs who are exhibiting their products, because finally, the proof of the pudding is if the product that you innovate and develop gets used. So I once again use this opportunity to congratulate IMS and Laghu Udyog Bharati for organizing such an event. My best wishes for a very successful event over the next 2 days, and I was glad to hear that you have already booked the slots for the next event in 2027. So thank you and Jai Hind.
The entire fraternity to utilize this opportunity towards further growth and development. Let's all once again give a round of applause and thank Dr. Samir. Thank you, sir. We also have on stage the chairperson of ISRO, Shri V. Narayanan. Well, ISRO needs no introduction, so put your hands together and let's welcome Shri V. Narayanan.
Namaskara. Very, very good afternoon to all of you. Most respectable and a dynamic Honorable Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and New and Renewable Energy, Shri Pralhad Joshi ji, Sushri, Shobha, Karandlaje, Honorable Minister of State for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Labor and Employment. One of the very dynamic youngsters, MP of the Lok Sabha, our own parliamentary constituency, Mr. Surya ji, Chairman Managing Director of Bharat Forge Limited, and one of the great contributor for the growth of India, Sri Baba Kalyani, Senior Vice President and Head L&T, Sri Arun Ramchandani, Mr. Roland Krister, Sri HVS Krishna, Chairman, IMS Foundation, Sri Narayana Prasanna, President, Lagayudat, Bharati Karnataka, Dr. Ragesh Kumar, very, very distinguished audience, and my dear friends. Really, it is a great honor and privilege for me to be with you to participate in the 7th edition of India Manufacturing Show, IMS, along with very, very senior dignitaries, the chairman of DRDO. And this is a very, very flagship event of BIEC, truly embodies the spirit of Make in India and Make for the World. As we gather here under the theme, Empowering India, the Future of Global Manufacturing. First of all, let me extend my deepest appreciation and congratulations to the IMS Foundation for curating this platform that unites over 500 senior delegates, 150 domain experts, and almost 20,000 business professionals across 3 days. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very, very happy and proud to be an Indian, to stand in front of you after accomplishing just 4 days back on November 2nd, the ISRO's heaviest communication satellite, CMS-03, placed successfully in the orbit for enhancing the communication capability of India using our own Bahubali rocket LVM-3 M5. This mission is launched by ISRO, no doubt. But if you look at the contribution, almost 80 to 85% systems are delivered by Indian industry. That speaks volume of the contribution by the Indian industries. When we talk about ISRO programs from 1960 to today, early 1960s to today, we have come a long way. And I would like to tell 1963, November 21st was an important starting point for us. We had the first successful launch of a tiny rocket from Indian soil. That rocket was received from USA, a small tiny rocket. And at that point of time, we were truly 70 years behind the advanced countries. From that humble beginning, this year, July 30th was another important occasion, milestone for ISRO. We launched the NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar Satellite, a 10,300 crore investment by JPL NASA for making a payload and an antenna. And a similar payload made by India. The entire satellite was built in India by Indian industries and assembled in India and launched by our own rocket. Again, 80% contribution came from Indian industry. What a proud movement it is. Today, I want to say, not only one rocket, most of our operational rockets, 80, whenever a rocket lifts off, you can believe me, 80% budget is invested in Indian industries and the contributions are from Indian industry. I cannot mention 1 or 2 industries, but lot of industries, almost 450 Indian industries are contributing for our program. And in 2020, Indian space industry got a very big boost under the leadership and guidance of Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, when Government of India announced the space sector reform. At that point of time, hardly we had few startup systems in the country, 3 to 4 startup companies working for space in the country. Today, I am happy to inform that 330 plus startup ecosystems are working for the company. The entire credit should go to Honorable Prime Minister of India. And today, when you look at the PSLV is a workhorse of India, and we have given 5 PSLV to the Indian consortium led by HAL and L&D. And they have produced the first rocket, and we are going to have that launch before this end of this finance year. Mostly by February, we are going to have that launch. Once we succeed 2 launches, our plan is to give at least 50% of the PSLV directly to the Indian industry consortium. That is what is the plan. And this year, September 10th, 2025 is another historical day for India and MSME system. 511 crore agreement with HAL was signed, and the small satellite launch vehicle, that is the latest addition in our launch vehicle system, the entire technology is transferred to HAL for them to manufacture and produce. And we are also totally transferring 15 SSLV production through Indian industries. And IMS 2025 emphasis on people, skills and sustainability, redefining manufacturing jobs in the country. And Indian space program started with a bicycle era. In the earlier phase when we started our program, we used to move our rocket parts in old bicycles. And the first Apple satellite for an experiment in Bengaluru city, it was taken by a bullock cart. And from that era, you all know, we have come a long way. Today, we are going to Moon, Mars, and 2023, August 23rd was a historical day. India, first country, successfully soft landing near the South Pole of Moon. And what a historical moment. And Mars orbiter mission, we had to travel almost 68 crore kilometers and restart a engine after 295 days. Please understand, if somebody is going on vacation, coming back after 60 days and start his car, you will understand what type of difficulty it is. Here, after 295 days, you have to restart the engine. Please understand, Honorable Prime Minister is in the ground floor, in the first floor, and we are all in the ground floor. The engine has to restart, and we have developed and delivered the engine. You can understand what type of tension, what type of movement it will be. And perfectly restarted. And India is the only country, first country, succeeded in the first attempt in the Mars orbiter mission. When I look at behind that mission also, the contribution of MSMEs are very huge and very huge. Coming to another important achievement, early 90s, the cryogenic rocket engine technology was denied to the country. And, the functional requirement of the rocket engine is very simple. In Bengaluru road, the car goes with a velocity speed of 100 to 120 kilometers per second maximum. Oh, I am wrong, I think probably. Maybe 60 to 70 kilometers per hour, even though capability is 120 kilometers per hour. To place a Chandrayaan 3, the rocket engine has to give 37,000 kilometers per hour velocity. And 50% has to come from cryogenic engine technology. This was denied to India. Today I am very happy that we have developed 3 cryogenic propulsion systems. Indians have developed, Indian education system has developed, and we are standing tall, and we are one among 6 countries having that technology. And a country which started with bicycle era, in 10 places we are number 1 in the world today. And behind that success story, it is not only ISRO team, it is the Indian industries, MSMEs and the startup ecosystem. You have played a crucial role. Let me salute all the industries for your great contribution. And dear friends, our hands are really full. And during Sintur operation, I can only make a statement along with Secretary DRDO, our systems also, the satellite system, fantastically worked well. When the satellite systems are fantastically working well, for placing the satellite, you have contributed through the launch vehicle, manufacturing the satellite, you have contributed. That means you also got a great credit for that. And this year, lot of accomplishments. We had the first launch we attempted in 1979. It was a partial successful. And this year, January 29, the 100th launch was a perfect success, and we have written in the golden letters of Indian history, the 100th launch vehicle mission was a successful mission. And yes, electronic parts, really, we are lot of items you are importing, but I am happy to inform that recently you would have come to know, Honorable Prime Minister has already announced, the 32-bit processor was totally developed in the country. Computer processor was developed by SCL and ISRO together, and we have rolled out. And another important thing, the Axiom program. Axiom program, Subhasnu Shukla is the second astronaut and first Gaganyatri Indian who was sent to International Space Station and brought back safely. And in that, ensuring the safety launch of them, even holding the rocket in the last phase, ensuring the safety launch, Indians were behind. And we have proved to the country that Indian education system and Indians are second to none, even to hold a rocket in the last phase to ensure the safety of the launch. And under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, lot of good things are happening in the space sector. Whatever currently we are having 56 satellites in the orbit. serving the common man of this country in multiple area. In another 3 to 4 years, this number has to go to 3 to 4 times from this number. So we are all working towards that. And Honorable Prime Minister has announced, right now we are launching maximum 10 to 12 launches per year. He has announced in another 5 years, this number should go to 50 launches per year. And towards that, without industrial partners, surely it is not possible to accomplish. And I am sure you will give your wholehearted support and effort to accomplish that. And dear friends, this IMS 2025 is more than an event. It is a launch pad for India's manufacturing resilience and renaissance. Let us draw inspiration from our shared journey. And I used to I am basically by profession, I was a core technocrat, not a manufacturing engineer in the initial phase. But today, of course, we are taking care of everything. I used to make, those days as a designer, I used to make a simple statement. If our manufacturing team is not strong, if our industries are not strong, rocket and satellite will be only in the paper form. It cannot take off and it cannot fly. And towards that, you have contributed heavily, and I am sure the contribution will come in a big way. We are having two great leaders, Baba Kalyani as well as L&T team here. Their contribution, I don't want to dwell, but their contribution also I have to appreciate. Along with that, let me also appreciate the contribution of each and every industrial partner who are here and who are not here. And the days are not far away for Honorable Prime Minister to declare this country as a developed country before we celebrate the 100 years of independence. And if I make a single statement, Indian space program, when it was started, it was 70 years behind the developed nations. By 2040, the way we have charted out the program under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister of India, Indian space program will be in par with any other spacefaring nations in terms of launcher, in terms of satellite, in terms of human spaceflight program, in terms of application. And towards that, you all are going to be there one way or other. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Is looking towards India, and you would all agree with me that ISRO has been a major contributor in this aspect. Let's give a round of applause to Shri Narayanan. Thank you, sir. We have on stage Shri Devdar, and he's the member of the advisory committee of IMS 2025 and the founder of Home India. Please put your hands together and for Devdar ji.
मंच पर विराजमान सभी मान्यवर और सामने बैठे हुए सभी मान्यवर, कि वहाँ मान्यवर से नीचे कोई है नहीं, सब लोग इम्पोर्टेंट लोग ही है। और कर्नाटक माता और कन्नड़ भाषा को कोटि कोटि प्रणाम करके, चूंकि मैं कन्नड़ बोल नहीं सकता इसलिए हिंदी में 5 मिनट बोलूंगा। ये 7वां शो है इंडिया मैन्युफैक्चरिंग शो का, और ये 7 शब्द का हमारे देश में एक अनन्य साधारण महत्व भी है। 7 समुंदर पार करने की बात भारत करता है, 7 सुरों की बात करता है, सप्तर्षि की बात करता है, 7 वचन होते हैं, शादी में भी 7 कदम चलना होता है, सप्तपदी कहते हैं। दिनों की गणना भी करते हैं तो वो सप्ताह होता है, 7 दिन का होता है, 7 वचन होते हैं। हमारे देश में 7 की ये सारी पवित्र कल्पनाएं हैं, लेकिन हमारे आसपास में थोड़े शत्रु देश भी बैठे हैं जिनको सिंदूर से हमको हमारी ताकत दिखानी पड़ी। उनमें भी कभी कभी 7 का महत्व उनको दिखाई देता है। जब कोई थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा काम कर लेते हैं तब वो कहते हैं कि उसको 7 खून माफ है, वो उनकी कंसेप्ट में है। तो 7 मर्डर्स को भी वो माफ कर देते, उधर भी 7 का यूज करते हैं। कोई आसान बात नहीं है किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए कि कंसिस्टेंसी रखना, किसी चीज में कंटिन्यूटी रखना, और इतना मुश्किल काम करते करते हमेशा पहले की अपेक्षा में संख्या को ज्यादा करना। इसलिए सबसे पहले मैं लघु उद्योग भारती के कर्नाटका चैप्टर के कृष्णा जी और उनके टीम को बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन और बधाई देता हूं, क्योंकि उन्होंने ये कंसिस्टेंसी रखी, कंटिन्यूटी रखी, सक्सेस रखा और इस आईएमएस को उन्होंने वर्धिष्णु और वृद्धिमान किया, बढ़ता रहा। और अभी ये बताया गया कि 8वें शो के जो है ऑलरेडी कुछ स्टॉल्स बुक हो चुके हैं। लघु उद्योगों को, एमएसएमईज की पोटेंशियल प्रचंड है। हमारे देश की क्षमता बहुत ज्यादा है, अपॉर्चुनिटीज भी बहुत ज्यादा है, लेकिन मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं था जहां ये सब लोग एकत्रित आ सके, एक दूसरे की क्षमताएं देख सके, एक दूसरे का इनोवेशन देख सके, एक दूसरे के प्रोडक्ट्स देख सके और अपने आप में सुधार लाने की कोशिश करे, अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्या है उसको समझने की कोशिश करें। इसके लिए एक प्लेटफॉर्म की आवश्यकता थी, जो प्लेटफॉर्म मिसिंग था। ऐसा नहीं है कि सरकार ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं देती है, लेकिन आप सब लोग जानते हैं, सरकारी तंत्र के आप सब लोग भुक्तभोगी है कि सरकारी तंत्र में एक इस तरह से लिथार्जी आ जाती है, चलो करना है इसलिए करते हैं। तो जब लघु उद्योग भारती जैसे एनजीओ, एक अर्थ से कह सकते हैं सामाजिक संगठन जब आगे आता है, ऊर्जा के साथ आगे आता है, तब एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म मिलता है सभी एमएसएमईज को कि जिसमें आकर वो उत्साह के साथ अपनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज को समझ सकते हैं, स्कोप को समझ सकते हैं। मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि ये भारत का एकमात्र शो है, मुझे ऐसे किसी दूसरे एनजीओज का या संगठन का इतना प्रामाणिक प्रयत्न दिखाई नहीं दिया है जो लघु उद्योग भारती का देखने को मिलता है। R&D है, यहां पर स्टार्टअप्स है। हमारे बाद में केंद्रीय मंत्री वगैरह बताएंगे कि किस तरह से 500 स्टार्टअप्स थे इस देश में, 1.25 लाख हो गए मोदी जी के कारण, और वो और भी बढ़ेंगे क्योंकि इनोवेशंस और कल्पनाओं की उड़ानों में कोई कमी नहीं है हिंदुस्तान में, रादर ज्यादा है हमारे युवाओं के अंदर। लेकिन उन सब लोगों को भी यहां पर स्थान मिला है। यहां पर 8 कॉन्फ्रेंसेस होने वाले हैं, अलग अलग विषयों के ऊपर होने वाली है, और मेरी जानकारी के अनुसार 25,000 लोगों ने यहां पर रजिस्टर किया है कि हम लोग इस पूरे कैंपस को 3 दिन में विजिट करने वाले हैं। 25,000 का आंकड़ा 10 दिन पहले का था, अभी बढ़ गया होगा। सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट मदद करने के लिए तैयार है, लेकिन सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की मदद लेने में जो अड़चनें आती है उसको दूर करने के लिए हम जैसे लोग भी आप लोगों के साथ है, इसको आप लोगों ने ध्यान में रखना चाहिए। एक मेरा सुझाव है लघु उद्योग भारती को कि ये 7 बार हो गया और 8वां भी आप कर्नाटका में ही कर रहे हैं, लेकिन इसको आप भारत के अन्य राज्यों में भी भले छोटे पैमाने पर क्यों हो, लेकिन करना चालू करना चाहिए। क्योंकि आपने जब शुरू किया तब भी छोटा ही था ये, अब इतना बड़ा हुआ है। तो बहुत बड़ा देश है, देश में लाखों एमएसएमईज है और सबको कहीं ना कहीं जोड़ने के लिए इतना अद्भुत शो जो है ये अभी दिल्ली जैसी जगह पर, बाबा कल्याणी जी आशीर्वाद देंगे तो पुणे जैसे जगह पर, मैं भी पुणे का हूं बाबा, नारायणपेट का हूं, मैं आपके ही गांव का हूं, और ऐसे कई जगह पर ये हो सकते हैं। और बहुत सारे राज्य ऐसे कि जो चाहते हैं और मदद भी करेंगे आपको, लखनऊ में हो सकता है, सब जगह हो सकता है। आप तय करके 7 शोज 2026 में करने का कोशिश कीजिए। 7 शोज 2026, छोटे छोटे देश भर में आप मदद कीजिए, हम भी आपके साथ रहेंगे। और हमारे कर्नाटका के बाहर जाकर सारे देश के एमएसएमईज को जोड़ने का, खास करके महिला उद्योजकों का एक अलग से शो करना चाहिए, ऐसा मुझे लगता है। केवल महिला उद्योजकों का। देखिए, तालियां सिर्फ महिलाओं ने बजाई, बजाना तो सबने चाहिए था, है ना। तो मैं अपने वाणी को विराम देता हूं, क्योंकि इशारा हुआ था 5 मिनट का, तो 5 मिनट लगभग पूरे हो गए होंगे। अभी आप मंच पर हमारे जो अपनी ऑनेस्टी, इंटीग्रिटी, अपना एक्सेलेंस, इसके कारण जो स्थान केंद्रीय मंत्रिमंडल में बनाए हुए ऐसे प्रहलाद जी को आपको सुनना है, और मोदी सरकार की जो शोभा है वो भी यहाँ पर बैठी हुई है, और हमारे पार्टी के उगते हुए तेजस्वी सूर्य भी आपके सामने बैठे हुए हैं। तो मुझे गर्व है कि ये तीनों कर्नाटक से आते हैं, इसलिए उनको भी मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ। नमस्कार।
सैंपल ऑफ द वर्ड्स ऑफ मिस्टर सुनील देवधर। कल उनका सेशन है, आई थिंक विस्तृत रूप से बात करेंगे कल। सो लेट्स गिव अ राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज एंड थैंक देवधर जी। थैंक यू सर। I now request Shri Tejasvi Surya, the Honorable Member of Parliament of Bengaluru South, to address all of us. Bandhugale, swagatiಸಿ Shri Tejasvi Surya.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. All the dignitaries on the stage, all the delegates of the IMS 2025 of the dais. This has become a very important biannual calendar event, a marquee event for Bengaluru, and for all those who are involved in the Indian manufacturing scene. On behalf of all of you, I once again congratulate Laghu Udyog Bharati and the leadership for so professionally and consistently organizing this IMS in such a grand fashion. Each year it has only been growing. Once again, all the very best. I have only 2 points to make. Both the chairman of ISRO and our chairman of DRDO alluded to this in their address. I want to go back to an episode in history of a country, a very interesting note that Al-Biruni, when he visited India, made a note of this. When Al-Biruni visited India a few centuries ago, he recorded how India was once a technology leader, a manufacturing leader, and innovation was the general culture of the land. And due to the passage of time, there was a systematic erosion in all of these three leaderships, in innovation, in technology, and in manufacturing. So much so that we had even lost the art of breeding war horses. And we started importing war horses en masse. And there was an entire ecosystem that was involved in import of these war horses. So if we would import 2,000 war horses, by the time they would reach India, and after a few months, only a few would remain and survive. The same thing happened with our weapon manufacturing. So when we were, this entire episode that is very vividly recollected by historians like, travelers like Al-Biruni, very clearly indicates that technology independence and technology leadership is what actually guarantees the sovereignty of a country. After a very long time, under the leadership of our Prime Minister, the country has resolved for not just independence in technology, but to achieve pioneering leadership for the rest of the world. And that is the resolve that is driving Bharat's ambitions in technology and manufacturing today. The whole gamut of national security, when we speak of national sovereignty, wars are today not fought at the borders just by soldiers in uniforms. The whole nation, especially young people who are into technology, into innovation, in emerging technology spaces, there's a lot that rests on them. The coder who is now coming up with new encryptions, he is the soldier of the modern era. The startup that is working on manufacturing and designing of ballistics, I just visited last week a factory right here in outskirts of Bengaluru, SSS Defense, who design and manufacture weapons for India. And all of their weapons, whether it is M72, P72, everything has an insignia, born in Bharat. We need 100 more such companies for protecting the national sovereignty and security of the country. Semiconductor fab units are coming up. The Prime Minister has announced the national mission for quantum computing. We are doing so much of incredible work in the renewable energy space that Pralhad ji leads. All of this will contribute sum totally to the national security. If all of this can be summed up in 2 lines, it is just this. if we depend on technology, if we depend on others for technology, if we import technology, we are importing dependency. If we import technology, we are exporting sovereignty. So the country needs technological leadership, and programs like this, by bringing people together who are working in this space, will help India achieve this leadership in technology and manufacturing. There is so much that we need to learn from the best of the world, rest of the world. There is so much that we need to, change in terms of a culture of, punctuality, in terms of meeting our contract deadlines, in our obsession with excellence and top-class manufacturing. All of this needs a sea change and to reach the top of the ladder in manufacturing. We have set our vision right, and in the last few years, every sector which hitherto was closed or was only the domain of the government is now open for private enterprise. Whether you want to collaborate with ISRO to launch satellites, or you want to work with DRDO under IDEX to, get into, say, counter-drone manufacturing, through IDEX, through multi-PLI schemes, many other schemes of the government of India, young people for the first time are now empowered to actually contribute directly to the national security and sovereignty of the country for the first time in the country's history. So wishing all of you the very best, and congratulating Laghu Udyog Bharati for organizing this so successfully once again. Namaste, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
Gentleman, Shri Tejasvi Surya has indeed highlighted the importance of indigenization towards transforming India from a developing country to a developed nation. Let's all give a round of applause for an inspiring address by, as usual, Shri Tejasvi Surya. Dhanyavadagalu. I now request Sushri Shobha Karandlaje, Madam, Honorable Minister of State for Micro, Small and Intermediate Labour and Employment, Government of India. Swagatisi.
Ellarigu namaskara. Dignitaries, on the dais, off the dais, media friends. Very happy to participate in this program because Laghu Udyog Bharati, IMS Foundation, and also India Exposition Mart Limited, every time they are focusing on defense manufacturing and aerospace, and also the MSMEs. लघु उद्योग भारती एक ऐसा संस्था है देश में आत्मनिर्भर कैसे बनाना, हमारा इंडस्ट्रीज आत्मनिर्भर कैसे हो, एंड वी आर स्पीकिंग ऑफ इंडियनाइजेशन. देश का प्रधानमंत्री जी भी बार बार बोलते हैं हमारा MSMEs आर पार्टनर्स ऑफ इंडियाज डेवलपमेंट. छोटा उद्यम भारत का विकास में हमारा साथी है. इवन बाबा कल्याण जी स्पोक अबाउट MSMEs and they change the classification of MSMEs. बाबा जी हम पिछले साल MSME का क्लासिफिकेशन को चेंज किया है. पहले वो 2.5 करोड़ तक छोटा उद्यम थे, अभी अब 25 करोड़ तक हम बढ़ाया है. आपका कहने से हम बढ़ाया है. We changed our classification on the demand of MSMEs. इसलिए आने वाले दिन में MSME को हम कैसे, I was speaking with the Defense Secretary 20 days back. I was telling him many of the MSMEs who wants to contribute ISRO, who wants to contribute DRDO, who wants to contribute in defense sector and also in aerospace. But they are not getting their classification. What they want to produce, they are not getting the classification and the demand of ISRO, demand of DRDO and other HAL, BEL, BHEL. They are telling that who are met in many programs, they are telling that get us a classification, what they want, what we have to manufacture for them. Because many of the components are imported from the other countries. And we are ready to produce that. We are ready to manufacture within India. So that I request ISRO, DRDO, HAL, BEL, BHEL, the big partners of MSME and buyers from MSME. If you get the classification and the request list, our MSMEs who are sitting here, they are ready to manufacture. They are ready to contribute to the defense sector and aerospace. बंधुओं, हमारा टारगेट क्या है? एमएसएमई का टारगेट क्या है? टारगेट है क्वालिटी प्रोडक्शन, क्वांटिटी प्रोडक्शन, एंड ऑल्सो वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन एम्प्लॉयमेंट. अभी भी हमारे देश में एग्रीकल्चर ही बहुत बड़ा एम्प्लॉयमेंट देने वाला एक क्षेत्र है. 50 करोड़, they are employing 50 crores of the people in agriculture sector. After that, MSMEs are the biggest employees in the country. You are employing 30 crore of Indians in the country. I congratulate you. It's a great achievement. हमारे देश में कितना एमएसएमई था पता नहीं था, किसी को आंकड़ा नहीं था. इसीलिए हम शुरू किया है उद्यम पोर्टल. अभी उद्यम पोर्टल में 7 करोड़ MSMEs are registered. 7 crores MSMEs are registered in उद्यम पोर्टल. हमको पता चला ही इतना MSME से, इसी में भी बहुत सारे रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं किया है. हम हर दिन इसके लिए प्रयत्न हम कर रहे हैं, वो चल रहे हैं. And they only told that we employed this number of people, that amounts to 30 crore. इसीलिए देश में अलग अलग योजना है. PMEGP एम्प्लॉयमेंट, प्रधानमंत्री एम्प्लॉयमेंट गारंटी स्कीम. We are investing money on that. We are giving subsidies. Every year we are getting lakhs of applications for a PMEGP program, but we could give only for 90,000 units in the country. Through PMEGP, around 1 crore of people are employed in this country by the MSMEs. That is the employment generation scheme. Through RAMP program, Government of India Fund and World Bank, we are encouraging state governments to create separate unit for separate department for the MSMEs. Different programs are going on, like Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana. We are helping employees and employers for the new appointments, new laborers or workers. Different programs are going on. And who are sitting here, you are the employers, you are the manufacturers, and Government of India is with you. And MSME is such a field. We are contributing 30% to our GDP. देश का GDP में हमारा contribution है 30%. And for manufacturing sector, we are contributing 45%. And for the export, we are contributing 40%. Such a good and vast department is the MSME, and I request all the major industries, large industries, and our PSUs, please help our MSMEs by giving orders. Because लघु उद्योग भारती का आशा यही है. लघु उद्योग भारती का एक आतंक भी था. आप क्लासिफिकेशन को चेंज किया तो छोटा उद्यम इसी में नहीं आएंगे ऐसे. बट अभी पीएमईजीपी में 90% ऑफ द सब्सिडीज गॉन टू द माइक्रो स्मॉल मैन्युफैक्चरर्स. That's why we need not to worry about the classification changes. We can always help you out, and Government of India is with you. And I'm very happy to participate in IMS and लघु उद्योग भारती IMS. And आप सब मिलके ये कार्यक्रम को सक्सेसफुल बनाया, अच्छा बनाया. And आपका योगदान हमारे देश का विकास के लिए चाहिए. प्रधानमंत्री बार बार बोल रहे हैं 2047 तक भारत विश्व में हर एक क्षेत्र में नंबर 1 बनाना. नंबर 1 बनाने के लिए आप सबका योगदान चाहिए. एक व्यक्ति से, एक सरकार से, एक प्रधानमंत्री से, एक स्टेट से नहीं होगा. हम सब मिलके देश को आगे बढ़ाना. हर एक क्षेत्र में हमारा कंट्रीब्यूशन होना चाहिए. एंड आपका योगदान बहुत बड़ा तरीके से होना चाहिए, क्योंकि हम एक्सपोर्ट भी करना, इंडिजिनस मार्केट को पूरा भी करना. हमारा मार्केट किधर किधर है? इंडिया का अंदर है, हमारा गांव में है, हमारा सिटी में है. बेंगलुरु को किसी HCL को चाहिए, BL को चाहिए, हम मैन्युफैक्चर करना. देश का अंदर है, देश का बाहर है, एंड गवर्नमेंट में है. इसीलिए जेम पोर्टल को हम खोला. जेम पोर्टल पहले था, 2009 में शुरू हुआ था, 0 था जेम पोर्टल का टोटल व्यवहार. 2017 के बाद जेम पोर्टल में अभी 1 लाख करोड़ का बिजनेस हम MSME से जेम पोर्टल में किया, क्योंकि हमारा PSU इसी से खरीद रहे. Government offices, they are buying from MSMEs, like 1,25,000 crore. हमारा मैंडेटरी था 25% PSU गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया should buy from MSMEs, but this year it reached 33%. 33% of the materials bought from MSMEs. Really, it's very good hype in the MSME market. And we reserve रखे. हम महिला का बारे में बोल रहे थे. महिला को हम रिजर्व रखे 3%, SC/ST को रिजर्व रखे हम 4%, बट उसको हम पहुंच नहीं पाया. We could not reach that target, but we hope that by next year, we will reach that target also. And I congratulate IMS, Laghu Udyog Bharati, especially you are contributing in all India level. This is only Karnataka chapter is doing this, and you are contributing all India level. I was participating in Assam program last week. It was huge success because so many units, so many manufacturers had come, very good business happened. That's what we want. And thank you so much. Thank you one and all. Good luck.
Sushri Shobha Karandlaje madam has been making relentlessly towards micro, small and medium enterprises. Let's all give a round of applause and say that we are all with her towards further growth and development. Dhanyavadagalu madam. As already in the welcome address, Shri HVS Krishna mentioned that the Raksha Mantri, Honorable Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh ji is not able to be here today, but he has sent in a video message of a couple of minutes. Let's have the video message.
सबसे पहले तो मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं लघु उद्योग भारती कर्नाटका और IMS फाउंडेशन के फ्लैगशिप इवेंट इंडिया मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. आप सभी स्मॉल इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए कंटिन्यूअसली जिस प्रकार से काम कर रहे हैं, उसके लिए मैं लघु उद्योग भारती और IMS फाउंडेशन दोनों को हार्दिक बधाई देता हूं। साथियों, मुझे इस बात की बेहद खुशी है कि लघु उद्योग भारती अब लघु नहीं रहा, यानी अब स्मॉल नहीं है। यह लगातार ग्रो कर रहा है, लगातार विशाल बनता जा रहा है, बड़ा बनता जा रहा है और लगातार फल फूल रहा है। इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने लगभग समस्त भारत में अपनी प्रेजेंस कायम की है और जिस तरीके से इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने अपनी एस्टेब्लिशमेंट के समय से ही स्मॉल इंडस्ट्रीज के हक में अलग अलग समय में आवाज उठाई है, वह निश्चित रूप से प्रशंसनीय है, एडमिरेबल है। निश्चित रूप से लघु उद्योग भारती को इस रोल की इंस्पिरेशन RSS राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ से प्राप्त हुई है। कहा गया है अहर्निशम सेवामहे, यानी सेवा में सदैव लगे रहने की भावना के साथ संघ परिवार पिछले लगभग 100 सालों से सोसाइटी और नेशन की सेवा में लगा हुआ है। नेशन फर्स्ट की यह स्पिरिट से होल हार्टेडली और फुल डिवोशन के साथ RSS के लोग लगभग एक सेंचुरी से काम कर रहे हैं। मेरा सौभाग्य है कि मैं स्वयं भी लंबे समय से संघ परिवार से जुड़ा हुआ था, जुड़ा हुआ हूं और जब तक जिंदा रहूंगा तब तक मैं जुड़ा रहूंगा। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि लघु उद्योग भारती और उसके साथ जुड़ी सभी MSMEs इस दिशा में भारत सरकार के साथ कदम से कदम मिलाकर वो आगे बढ़ेंगे। मैं आपको यह भी एश्योर यहाँ करना चाहूंगा कि भारत को एक डेवलप नेशन बनाने की दिशा में अगर आप एक कदम आगे बढ़ते हैं तो सरकार 10 कदम आगे बढ़ने के लिए तैयार है। इसलिए आगे बढ़ने का यही समय है, आगे बढ़ने का सही समय है। मुझे विश्वास है कि आप सभी मिलकर भारत को सशक्त बनाने के सरकार के प्रयासों में अपना इम्पोर्टेंट कंट्रीब्यूशन दे रहे हैं, भविष्य में भी देते रहेंगे। इस अवसर पर अधिक कुछ न कहते हुए मैं एक बार फिर मुझे आप यहाँ पर इनवाइट करने के लिए आप सभी को धन्यवाद देता हूँ और आप सभी के फ्यूचर प्लान्स में सक्सेस के लिए अपनी शुभकामनाओं के साथ अपना एड्रेस यहीं पर समाप्त करता हूँ। आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Various exhibitors putting in their stalls and displaying their products during this edition of IMS India Manufacturing Show 2025. The directive is an important document for all of us, as you're all aware, that this gives us a comprehensive insight into what each organization is up to and what they can make, and so it will help the fellow industries to collaborate and join hands with them towards a strong and a better future. Let's give a round of applause for the release of the exhibitors directory. Thank you very much. I now request the Honorable Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and New and Renewable Energy, Government of India, Shri Pralhad Joshi, to address all of us. Bandhugale swagatiಸಿ Shri Pralhad Joshi.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Actually, I wanted to start with good morning. Now it has become good afternoon. So I hope you are all even still having patience to listen my speech also. From last more than 2 hours, we are hearing now. So I do not want to take much of your time. Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais. This is the 7th edition of the IMS, India's Manufacture Show, under the Laghu Udyoga Bharati. So in last at least from 2018 or onwards, myself and Rajnath Singh, we are permanent guests and only others are changing. So, but because of the elections and some other pressure, sometimes I am here, sometimes Rajnath ji was here, and today also, in fact, Manya Rajnath ji is in Bihar election, and I also had some commitment, but Rajnath ji told me that since I am not going, you have to go. That was his direction to me. I am here. So many stalwarts have spoken. I do not want to say much of things now here. See, the question of India's technology, India's manufacturing capacity, भारत का जो क्षमता है, क्षमता के बारे में, टेक्नोलॉजिकल क्षमता के बारे में, टेक्नोलॉजिकल के नोहो के बारे में प्रीवियस स्पीकर्स उन्होंने जिक्र किया है. द प्रॉब्लम वाज the post independent, the total policy makers, they themselves under confused, and they confused the country also. Because whether we have to manufacture here, private लोग manufacture करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए, करने तो क्या होगा, पैसा कौन कमाएगा, उसके लिए क्या बोलेंगे, ये confusion में देश इतना पीछे चल गया मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में. See, I can tell you one example of my own. My father got retired, Baba, in 1984. He was a railway employee. Before he could retire, he had purchased one small plot site of 650 square feet. Then he told me, I was studying LLB at that time, he told me, LLB का कॉलेज तो सुबह रहता है, दोपहर में जाके इसका कंस्ट्रक्शन करो. So then I said, okay. So एक सीमेंट लेने के लिए, कोटा लेने के लिए सारे दिन क्यू में हमको रहना पड़ता था. We used to stand in queue for the entire day in the queue. So when I became mines minister, I was just trying to recollect that. हमारे पास इतना लाइमस्टोन है, so इतना क्षमता है, why it was happening so? But there was no answer. So what is the change has been brought in last 11 years is the industry, business or traders, we don't consider. अगर उनके बारे में बात करना है तो एक तरफ गरीब के खिलाफ उनके तरफ बात करना है तो एक तरफ गरीब के खिलाफ बात करना, ऐसे माहौल का खड़ा करके रखा था. The change is the perfect approach of this government without any ambiguity is we should support industry, we should support business, we should support small traders, we should support small industries, and by that we should get revenue, and because of that revenue, by that revenue we should service to the people of the poor people of this country. This is the clear idea of this government. तो इसलिए पहली बार इस देश में the first time on the floor of the house we have thanked the taxpayer, income taxpayer, first time in the history of independent India, that I hope you all appreciate and you all know that. So keeping that in mind, so from technology, and whenever the opportunity is given, what achievement India has made from cryogenic engines to many things, what India has done, what India has achieved. Say, ISRO chairman was speaking, the private participation in ISRO, it was never imagined. Means private, in the space sector, private participation was never imagined. But that is being done, they are facilitating. And yesterday they successfully launched Bahubali. And जितने खर्चा में हम बाहुबली या ऐसे कई इसको लॉन्च कर रहे हैं, even sometimes from traveling from airport to this place, it is more costlier per kilometer than what they are doing by ISRO today. So that is the change. ये change कैसा हुआ? ये change जब भारत के हमारा वैज्ञानिक को, भारत के हमारा एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को जब हमने स्कोप दिया, ये शुरू हो गया. So they same people. So what was happening? Why MSMEs were suffering? Today MSME, we proudly say 33% of the employment is provided by the MSME, 45% of the export is done by MSME. All these things we are telling. Why it was not so rapidly happening previously? Because entire thing, I think DRDO chairman, I think he accepts what I say, entire components we used to import. Today, nearly about 15,315 items of the defense PSUs and the service, they have been reserved for the domestic manufacturers, especially for the MSMEs. तो आप लोग मैन्युफैक्चर कर सकते हैं, आप लोग मैन्युफैक्चर कर भी रहे हैं. दैट हैज बीन प्रूवन इन ऑपरेशन सिंदूर रिसेंटली. कैसे हुआ, कब मारा, हमारा एनिमी कंट्री को पता भी नहीं चला. हम नमाज करके भारत को फिर से अटैक करने का सोचा था, लेकिन उससे पहले ही वो लोग हमको अटैक करके खत्म कर दिया. एंड दिस इज द ऑल आइटम्स एंड द कंपोनेंट्स व्हिच हैव बीन सप्लाइड आइदर टू द इसरो और टू द any other organization, DRDO. They have been supplied by, and many of them they have been supplied by our own MSME and domestic manufacturing के द्वारा इसका सप्लाई हो गया है. So that means अगर हम हमारे युवा को, हमारा एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को, if you give them proper scope and opportunity, that is possible. That is been proved. So what is needed for that? One is good law and order, good infrastructure, pani, or mainly power. Means I am talking about electric power. Political power हमारे साथ है, हमारे साथ और बहुत दिनों तक रहने वाला है. वो भी इसमें हमको कोई चिंता नहीं है मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में. So this stability, continuation of the policy stability, continuation of the policy reforms, these are the things. See, about infrastructure, हमारा देश में पोर्ट में, लॉजिस्टिक में इतना प्रॉब्लम होता था, अभी भी है, लेकिन द लॉजिस्टिक कॉस्ट वर्ल्ड वाइड इट इज नियरली अबाउट 4%, 6%, 8%. In India, it is 12%. So now there is a task force which is constituted by Honorable Prime Minister. At the outset, by 2032, we want to reduce it by 8% and subsequently between 4 to 6%. Logistic time, logistic turnaround time means on everything एक सोचने का शुरू हुआ है. स्टार्टअप कितना था? स्टार्टअप 350 था 2014 में. हमने एक सिर्फ माहौल क्रिएट किया. हमारे यंग लड़के क्या क्या किया? There are more than 1,25,000 startups today and more than 17 lakh employees only by the startup they have been provided. So electricity, ये सूर्य का तेज पहले भी था जी, लेकिन उसमें सूर्य का इस किरण में तेज है ये दिखाने के लिए भी मोदी जी को आना पड़ा. That is the difference. So what was the generation in 2014? It was 2.8 gigawatt. What is the generation today? It is 128 gigawatt. Module manufacturing, there was no manufacturing. Today module manufacturing is 128 gigawatt. 27 gigawatt cell, and we are, हमने अभी ट्रैजेक्टरी बना रहे हैं for manufacturing of ingots, wafer and polysilicon also. तो हमारा एक कंसर्न है, आज के दिन में चर्चा बहुत चलता है, रेयर अर्थ परमानेंट मैग्नेट हमको नहीं मिल रहा है, क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स हमको नहीं मिल रहा है. तो कई मिनरल्स हमारे पास है, लेकिन क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स हमारे देश के लिए, व्हाट आर द क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स, दिस वाज आल्सो नॉट डिसाइडेड. द क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स, व्हाट इज द क्रिटिकल लिस्ट ऑफ द क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स फॉर इंडिया, इट इज डिसाइडेड आफ्टर 2014. So, what are the changes? Now, the approach of the government is, India is not just, it not only consumes, India will create. That is our commitment. India will not only import, India will manufacture, and India doesn't manufacture for itself, India manufactures for itself, and India manufactures for the world. That is the idea today. And we are the only people in the world where we have got lot of advantage, democratic dividend. तो मैं अभी जर्मनी गया था. जर्मनी में एक एनर्जी कॉन्फ्रेंस था. एनर्जी कॉन्फ्रेंस में एक उधर के एक बिजनेसमैन, वन बिजनेस फ्रॉम द जर्मन, ही वाज फ्रॉम द Hamburg itself, he was staying in the hotel, his house was next to his hotel, And he met me after the हमारा bilateral conference वगैरह होने के बाद वो मेरे साथ मुलाकात करते करते ऐसे लिफ्ट में आया. Then I thought after leaving to me up to my doorstep he may go back, but he also went to the next room and he stayed there. And next day morning again he met me in the conference. I asked him, "You are from this same place? Why you are staying here?" He said, "मेरा घर इधर ही है." "क्यों घर नहीं जाते हो?" "मेरा फैमिली के साथ इसी होटल में हूँ." "क्यों?" तो मेरा उस टाइम इट वाज ए टाइम ऑफ द कोल्ड, आई मीन इट वाज ए ठंड का समय था. तो शी सेड, मेरा घर के हीटर खराब हो गया है. मैंने रिपेयर क्यों नहीं किया? मैंने रिपेयर करने के लिए टेक्नीशियन को बोला, लेकिन उन्होंने 6 सप्ताह के बाद मुझे समय दिया है. He has given appointment after 6 weeks. Means there are no people. What is the bilateral? You know, bilateral में एक काम था, हमको अच्छे टेक्नीशियंस को भेज दो एनर्जी के सेक्टर में, हमको अच्छे इंजीनियर्स को भेज दो, हमको अच्छे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इक्विपमेंट, अच्छे इक्विपमेंट तैयार करके भारत से भेज दो. तो हमको दुनिया से और कहीं थोड़ा थोड़ा मिलता है, लेकिन क्रेडिबिलिटी ऑफ इंडिया टुडे वी कैन बेट अपॉन द क्रेडिबिलिटी एंड द क्रेडेंशियल ऑफ इंडिया. दिस इज द सिचुएशन इन द वर्ल्ड टुडे. वी हैव गॉट लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी. सो दैट्स व्हाई तो मोदी गवर्नमेंट हैज डिसाइडेड 70% of the defense equipment, which is referred by DRDO chairman, 70% were imported. Today, 90% it is almost indigenous production. Bulletproof jackets were used to be imported. So we have decided that whatever possible, we should manufacture it, and it is happening. स्टार्टअप से लेके पेटेंट तक क्या क्या बदलाव हुआ है, दैट वी आर एबल टू सी इट नाउ. डिफेंस एक्सपोर्ट पूरे से पूरे हम इंपोर्ट ही होता था. नाउ 34 टाइम्स डिफोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट हैज इंक्रीज्ड. तो INS विक्रांत, दिस इज द सिंबल ऑफ द इंडिया डिफेंस सेल्फ रिलायंस. तो ये भारत में तैयार हो गया है. So these are giving the opportunities to India, and for that we are creating, as I said, power, electric power, affordable electric power, infrastructure, road, rail, ports, airports. There we are working. And rail में waterways. मैं अभी जस्ट आई केम फ्रॉम दी 2-3 days बैक आई केम फ्रॉम दी नॉर्थ ईस्ट में वाटरवेज का इतना बहुत बड़ा एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, अभी भी है. बट बिफोर 2014 देयर वाज ओनली वन वाटरवे. टुडे देयर आर 20 वाटरवेज इन द नॉर्थ ईस्ट. टुडे 20 वाटरवेज. तो इसके लिए शिप बिल्डिंग ये सब अभी काम, भारत में शिप ब्रेकिंग का भी काम हो रहा है. शिप ब्रेकिंग करके रिसाइकलिंग का, शिप बिल्डिंग का भी काम हो रहा है. एंड आप देखिए हमारा सोच कैसा था. इस एपीआई में फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री में दिस एपीआई वाज केप्ट अंडर द रेड जोन. तो इसीलिए सब एपीआई चले गए ना चाइना को. अभी हमको एपीआई से मांगना पड़ता फार्मास्यूटिकल, अब इसको हमको उधर से मांगना पड़ता है. सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू मैन्युफैक्चर दैट ऑल्सो हियर. And I have talked about the solar manufacturing, electricity manufacturing, electricity generation, and ड्रोन के बारे में. ड्रोन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करने के लिए, ड्रोन चलाने के लिए इतना परमिशन का इतना टोटल रेड टेपिज्म इतना ज़्यादा था. अभी ड्रोन से हमारे गांवों में ड्रोन दीदी हमारा मीन्स वुमेन्स ऑफ द a common villager in the world, they are operating the drones today, and there are more than 300 drone manufacturers are there in India today itself. आज के दिन में 300 ड्रोन मैन्युफैक्चरर्स है. सो दुनिया भी चाहते हैं कि भारत हमको सप्लाई करे. सो वी शुड बिकम गुड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब. टू बिकम दैट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब, गवर्नमेंट इज डूइंग many things. See, for example, I can quote one more example. Toy. एक खिलौना विदेश से आता था. और वो खिलौने में भी हेल्थ अवेयरनेस बहुत था, लेकिन सोचते नहीं थे, लेकिन वही खिलौना खरीदते थे। लेकिन खिलौना का एक PLI बना दिया। नाउ previously 90% of the toys were imported. Today more than 60% of the toys were exported, and more than 40% of the toys market in the world is captured by India today. भारत ने टॉयज मार्केट में हमारे कहां से, द्वापर युग से हमारे पास कृष्ण के जो हम देखते हैं, कृष्ण भगवान को, उनका बाल लीला को देखते हैं, तब से खिलौना के बारे में हमारा देश में है। लेकिन खिलौना हम इंपोर्ट करते थे। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बोला हम खिलौना इंपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे। आज मोर देन 60% हमारा एक्सपोर्ट आ रहा है। मोबाइल क्रांति शुरू है कि 25 years 26 years हो गया, लेकिन मोबाइल ऑलमोस्ट ऑल द मोबाइल वी वर इंपोर्टिंग, एंड पीपल हु आर लुकिंग मोबाइल नाउ ऑल्सो देयर, मैं अभी भी ऐसे ऐसे कर रहे हैं ना, आपके जो मोबाइल है दैट मोबाइल इज मैन्युफैक्चर्ड इन इंडिया टुडे, एंड 30% ऑफ द मार्केट इन द वर्ल्ड मोबाइल मार्केट इज विथ इंडिया टुडे। एंड हमने जो एप्पल का जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग किया है, एप्पल का तो मोर देन 80% in last March, April and May, whatever we have exported it, we have exported to US now, as far as Apple is concerned. तो ये जब हमको मौका मिल रहा है, चेंजेस भारत में हो रहा है। So what I say is, हमको क्वालिटी, पैकिंग, जीरो डिफेक्ट, जीरो इफेक्ट, जो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा था। व्हाट इज जीरो डिफेक्ट? हमारे प्रोडक्ट में जीरो डिफेक्ट रहना चाहिए। व्हाट इज जीरो इफेक्ट? एनवायरनमेंट में कुछ इफेक्ट नहीं रहना चाहिए। नाउ वी हैव पुट द टारगेट, आई थिंक बाबा कल्याणी अप्रिशिएट्स दैट, वी हैव टारगेटेड 300 million tons of the steel manufacturing by 2030. Am I right? So that, to manufacture that, at least some percentage of that, how we can make it green steel. That is the thought process it is today. We should address it. Why? Because there is a carbon tax is going to come in many European and Western countries. So we have to address all these things. हम लोगों को सरकार जो भी करना है, मैं आपको इतना ही आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूं, whether it is productive linked incentive, from semiconductor to chips, government of India, government of the day, under the leadership of Prime Minister, we are there with you, and for any administrative decision and any policy decision, you can come to us. But at the same time, इनोवेटिव कैसे करना चाहिए, कैसे वर्ल्ड मार्केट हमको कैप्चर करना चाहिए, तो उसके लिए कुछ पॉलिसी में चेंज करना है तो हम लोगों को बताइए, वी आर देयर। तो एवरी मिनिस्टर, हमने कॉम्प्लायंसेस भी कम करने के लिए, सो आई एम टेलिंग यू वन थिंग, कृष्णा, आई थिंक यू शुड ऑल्सो लिसन टू दिस। एवरी cabinet minister has to report to the prime minister in respective ministry compliances, जो साइन करके ये दे दो, साइन करके वो दे दो, वो डॉक्यूमेंट लाओ, ये डॉक्यूमेंट लाओ, ये सब जो बोलते थे ना, हमारे डिपार्टमेंट में कितना कम किया है वो हमको हर कैबिनेट में वी नीड टू गिव रिपोर्ट टू द प्राइम मिनिस्टर। तो इफ यू डू नॉट reduce the compliances in every quarter, at least 1 or 2 compliances अगर कम नहीं करते हैं तो प्रधानमंत्री बोलते हैं आपके डिपार्टमेंट के आप माइंड अप्लाई करके काम नहीं कर रहे हैं। So he wants that trust based governance, सबको लिखित में दे दो, बॉन्ड पेपर में दे दो, तो ये खत्म करो। हमारे इंडस्ट्री के ऊपर, हमारे लोगों के ऊपर विश्वास रखो और हमारे जीडीपी बढ़ना चाहिए। मैन्युफैक्चरर फॉर इंडिया, मैन्युफैक्चरर इन इंडिया फॉर द ग्लोब, ये स्लोगन है, द मेक इन इंडिया। ये हमारा स्लोगन नहीं है, ये हमारा कमिटमेंट है। दैट्स व्हाई वी आर एबल टू, वेदर इट इज इन मॉड्यूल्स, वेदर इट इज इन ड्रोन्स, वेदर इट इज इन न्यू स्टार्टअप्स, ऐसे मेनी सेक्टर्स वी हैव स्टार्टेड। Our beginning has been well, and in coming days further there will be positive reforms in favor of industry, in favor of poor people, and I am quite confident that such events under the banner of Laghu Udyoga Bharati, IMS, you can showcase how successfully we are manufacturing such things. You can showcase. I am telling you one example. ये अश्वगंधा का एक बहुत जड़ी बूटी का एक इसमें उन्होंने अच्छा पैकिंग किया, एक हैदराबाद के लड़का. He is when nobody had imagined, but he started that. He is earning, his turnover is 400 crores in very, very short time. That has appeared in some magazine also. So these are the things which we can imagine. दुनिया क्या चाहते हैं, कैसे हम जीरो इफेक्ट का कर सकते हैं, ये सोच के जब हम आगे बढ़ते हैं, भारत को बहुत बड़ा मौका है, क्योंकि हमारा पास डेमोग्राफिक है, हमारे पास काम करने के लिए लोग हैं, हमारे पास क्षमता है. हाँ, कुछ तो विषय है उसमें, तो रेयर अर्थ मैग्नेट में हो, रेयर अर्थ एलिमेंट में हो, क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स में, बट आई एम क्वाइट कॉन्फिडेंट भारत में हम रेयर अर्थ का और क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स का भी मिशन शुरू किया है. क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स का माइनिंग भी वेरी शॉर्टली शुरू होगा. जो भी नहीं है, भारत को दुनिया से लाने का हिम्मत आज के दिन में है. एंड टुगेदर वी शुड बिकम, वी आर गोइंग टू बिकम द थर्ड लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी इन वेरी शॉर्टली. एंड आफ्टर वंस वी बिकम द थर्ड लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी, you imagine our competition will be with two very big economies. So we are going to become third largest economy, इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है. प्रधानमंत्री जी भी कल परसों इधर फिर से एक बार जिक्र किया है. So when we become the third largest economy, our competition will be with very big economies. So very big giants, when we want to compete with those people, हमारा mindset क्या रहना चाहिए वो सोचना है. क्योंकि पहले से हमारा एक माइंडसेट बना के रखा था, जो भी कंपैरिजन करना है पाकिस्तान से करते थे. ये बहुत एक मानसिक दारिद्रता बन गया था. सो टुडे देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन, वो कौन सा देश है जी, पाकिस्तान एक देश ही नहीं है, तो उनके साथ हमारा कंपैरिजन पहले करते थे. आज दैट कंपैरिजन नेवर गोज. वी नीड टू कॉम्पीट, बिकॉज टू बिकम 2 trillion economy, it took up to 2014-15. Now we are 4 trillion economy, and we are going to become 5 trillion economy, and by 2032 and 33 we are going to become 10 trillion economy. तो सोच बड़ा सोचो, जैसे सरकार बड़ा सोच रहे मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में, आप भी बड़ा सोचो. Don't think of small things. With these words, I once again congratulate Laghu Udyoga Bharati and IMS for having organized successfully for 7 times, more than 14 years it has been now done. It has proved its useful existence. I once again thank them, wish them all the best for the next event also.
Mr. Shri Pralhad Joshi has called upon the entire sectors to think big, and the government of India is always there with you. Let's all give a round of applause and thank Shri Pralhad Joshi, sir, for his highly motivating address. I would request all of you to please stay back, because after vote of thanks, we'll be having the national anthem. So please stay back.
Good afternoon, namaskar, respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. On behalf of India Exposition Mart and Laghu Udyog Bharati, it is my privilege to extend our heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for joining us today at the inaugural function of the 7th edition of the India Manufacturing Show, IMS 2025. India's premier platform empowering manufacturing, innovation and driving MSME competitiveness. We are deeply honored by the presence of our chief guest and guest of honor, not as an inauguration session, but more as a knowledge session, and such a presence of the entire galaxy. So I thank all of you on the dais, off the dais. We are also thankful to the presence of the senior leaders of the Rashtra Swayamak Sangh, because of whose support IMS 25 has gained huge momentum. I thank you on behalf of India Exposition Mart and Laghu Udyog Bharati. We also extend our sincere thanks to our supporting associations, whose partnership has added immense value and reach to IMS 2025. Each of these associations have played a key role in encouraging their member industries and bringing together the manufacturing ecosystem to showcase India's industrial and technological prowess. Our sincere gratitude to our banking partner, Canara Bank, our associate partner and ACE Micromatic Group, IMSCON, conference partners, Solar Industries, Bharat Forge, L&T, Precision Engineering and Systems for their invaluable support. We thank BIC. We are grateful and acknowledge the Ministry of MSME, Ministry of Defense, DRDO, Defense Public Sector Undertaking, ISRO, CSIR, Government of Karnataka, Government of Goa for their pavilion, Government of UP for their pavilion, and several other government departments for their guidance, cooperation, and encouragement in shaping IMS 2025. A special word of thanks to our dynamic and active Shri HVS Krishna ji, Chairman IMS Foundation, for his visionary leadership and advisory board, Shri Prasanna ji as the President of the Laghu Udyog Bharati. Due to the overwhelming response from the industry, as Krishna ji has already informed, that the next edition is from 11 to 13 November, so please be part of the edition. Once again, I thank all of you present here, and particularly the press and media. I also request you to please join us for a lunch at the lagoon and foyer area for this conference center. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Rakesh Kumar. Request all of you to kindly rise for the national anthem. ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗೀತೆಗಾಗಿ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಲ್ಲಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you very much. The dignitaries will now move towards inauguration of the exhibition, Aerospace and Defense Exhibition. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great time. Namaskara.